first story is got to do with a year in Sua Atoto Ghana and in Summer ACC. Now you can see clearly Mahama directs release of 300 million Ghana cedis for flood relief and mitigation. And the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, catch the finance minister a day or two ago. So I'm releasing over 300 million Ghana cedis. Na nipa sebio omuwaka insua etoye ese nyane ese japade eku nipa no sebio Ghana aban so ebetumi aboa na omo a sebio omo baby da enimeni no aban bepe baby mo de omo tiato ene sebio nyoma asai ene senia yebetumi afa kwan bi so ama de esi no atoyenchema esi no ensibiem enti saa sika aban NDC aban John Mahama instructed the finance minister no menoka say the finance minister sasika no ama ministry was omuji sasika no omofandi djuma inti menoka say nsem asisi nsu efa nipa nipa bi ehwere omonkwa ebi moja pade nyina say omohu de omonya sebio bebi omoda no omonim bebi ade chekra omeda no ende aban NDC aban John Mahama da no sa aban no ama finance minister sika every contingency fund in fact yakaze contingency fund aban we NDC aban ba mrebi no ena omote sa contingency fund no say Ghana kwa hihim ahohihim awochirem etese de nsuo afa nipa edwuma afsai nipa edwuma ekunipa ama nipa enye bebi ndasa Ghana fo na saa foto na efe contingency fund no eho ene yekọ se oman na yekoyi sika na yede bo edien yedi si nyoma bia no enti John Mahama NDC aban ede contingency fund ba moka se contingency fund we MPP aban ba power from 2017 sika na ewom omudi ni nyina ema mbre bi kra yefre ofori atamade ba parliament say contingency fund no adenti na sika ewom nyina asa MPP aban na ba omia edi enim eye sika sam totoye no omo na omo de contingency fund ko si awawa sika ewom nyina no omo di ye and the NDC asaba ama contingency fund we ama sa de sika foto asabe gu foto nim ama asema esi John Mahama a direct minister of finance say onfa sika ni bi onyi bi na yemfa nhwe Ghana fo ama mo ho kire omo ene sika ni bi so omo sa emfa entity gatem omo sa emfa entoto nyama sene be ya yarewa ebefri sa insuo a eyiri mu nipa bi a sebio insuo eyiri no emama omo nyama bi asai insuo ene gates no omo mfa entity gatem na omo mfa entoto nyama ma sene be ya sa to yenkyerem we SRC bi ma yentumi enko na yenka say yentumi ambo ho ban yentumi entu ho anamo enti me no ka say John Mahama ama finance minister over 300 million Ghana cedis sika ya kan ho asemi say usi menhia sa 50 sika no still enkum every say sika esu yie enti enuanom ade we na kire oman no president no sebio adwenepa akomapa ene senior ono so pese oman Ghana sika yede ato no yede boa Ghana fo a omo ho aka na eba ensem wei ene nsu etoye ene nipa dodo a omoja pade omahwere ene ndwuma nsu wei asai ene mantem adan a ebuogu a asema ano adin yie na there's something we need to all understand ato yenchem wei a eto Ghana ebi sebio yeni ankasa making ena de eto ye no so no sebio obi beka se insu eto ye no na insu na no adin ye nanso obi be se entate abo antate oni se debi sebio insu beto sebio ewia bebo inti debi otowa na oyeden osiesie no ho ofa aduane a na ode akosie baby because oni se da achi bi no asem betumi ato insuo betuma ato eja betuma ahye na adentina as a nation yenso yenye proactive ne yentina nka se ebia ato yenchem betuma esi na ato yenchem na ebesi no yaye ahoboabo a yedi besi sa ato yenchem no ho kwan ana eno ne the main question we need to ask each other. We have to blame the authority somehow, and also we have to take the blame as citizens. Now sa insuo ya afanipa nipa bi ewu sebio endan ebuogu sebio indwuma asai no question na ebusa nyina nse wana fault yentimi ntina Ghana na yen sori ne yenka se we die politicians amwaye entina ende yenyomagu abontene yen nyina yete Ghana mohweme from the west, south, east and whatever you want to call it obia nim se bebi ote unim se wuti nsuo ma unim se wo area no nsuo emu na wote a you know say unko school insuo school ana edan ho school kra oko high dan na sa dan esinsuo ma edan no ho kra no be kire wo say edan na wa high no esinsuo enti 80% of any Ghana for yeti baby insuo no we know say we are living in water, we are living in waterways yenim say edan baby esi edan na ya rent no obo etumi ka kire wo say edan we de ne bo afu efri say baby esi no insuo ta aya na ateche wo ho you know Mama yam pretending ye want to say sebio de esino ebin sida. We have to blame authority. Now, answer your beggar say you be blame authority no. I know say some people will say oh, adentina there are some ways here and that there end this your power. Now Kevin tell us say you blame authority. I am not saying we should solely or we should wholly blame authority. We should blame authority because one, when the system and make us say authority make a buying, when the system at the end of the day things are put in place at the end of the day say say the effect and I said the impact and and I'm talking about when government are elected, they need to at the end of the day make sure say system need to provide an environment even though and to me my 100% protection I was say to me my regime to me a buffer sebio ato yenchem say sia ye betimi sebio impact and as damage be and to me and cause as crazy. Now let's step back a little bit, and we are not here to equalize. I hate equalization, but because of the MPP 4 year, because of Nkwasiasema politicians because of Jimia young politicians we always have to go back and remind the people that what is happening today, the government of the day can be blamed to a point, but you cannot blame the government solely because there have been government upon government that were supposed to be proactive. In less than 10 years, 8 years ago, there was a government in power. This government cannot isolate itself from the AC. And we all saw the AC. Nobody can sit on TV or radio and say, the NDC government should not take the blame, some of the blame of what is happening. Then Nandi Panwa bottom. Let's be factual here. So it's not TV so no cause a political commentator or cause or your den or your kasama way or your way no cause the government of the day should not take some of the blame for what we are witnessing today. Not Sandy Pano or your trophy on Kanokre. Now what we are witnessing is it's the neglect. But for now, is the NDC government in power. And nobody can go and say for Adia Esindeno, NDC in our power. Yanko blame MPP for we cannot do that. The NDC government should also take the blame for what has happened. Now, Obibeka say insure fa nipano. Sebio, can you control insure? You cannot control insure, especially insure a toy, you sa magnitude of insure toy in a very long time. But the issue is if we have been proactive for a long time, anka the impact insure way, flood way anka ye nyane sa ebianka nipa bi ehobeka nanso nka ye nipa dodo say do. So let's be realistic. Now, we are always blaming government. We are always saying, me will videos, 1 or 2, 3 videos. Now, maybe any other people be omoko den, omoko interview omo. Abain, besha me dem say, and then abain be. The question here is, abain they not tell you to go and rent where you rented. We need to be responsible as a people. Because one, what we need from the government is to make sure, say, trash, some of the reasons in here flood way by then the system needs to also help us. The system needs to provide dustbins all over the place. So about brochia, Abani provided their bins. Abani does what Abani is to make sure sa ball and their good bins no. Then ye ball and the court. Abani has to make sure say gutters kwampa gutters drainage papa insure film. Abani's responsibility to make sure say gutters gutters ye to me team nipa bi entumi ensi gutter no with their own wall. The government or the system also has a major role to play. But you see, when issues like this happen, now you try them, you try fee, now you try TV so now you create impression be say abani no fault totally now you Jimmy because this is the situation. In so we are a fire. Say abain at the dustbins, abesi Ghana. We have seen people they have deliberately decided not to take bins from the government because they will pay for their trash to be taken away. And no, is it the fault of the government? No. And it does not matter the government in power. It can be MPP, it can be NDC, it can be CPP, but yeah, the ball aba, obitimantem, or say ball GB. Then we allow the person to go scot-free. The question here is, Sani Pana wanje ball adiano, and he not the ball agu. So, Bola, taking bins, it should be mandatory. As far as danya, sebio obidia renti obi ana obia si ani patimuno, a bin has to be a constant thing. Ultiminka say, me will feel ho. A bank is supplying trash bins. The government, they have to give you the bin. If you refuse to take the bin, you have to face the law because obola no di beguhi. That is the question. But this is a situation where the system decided to provide the baller in our Ghana. Are we willing to take the baller? There are so many people living in Ghana, how many bins? And there are also people in Ghana, bins near their bano, no maberia, no makoton. So our attitude is also something that we have to do what? We have to also look. Because ushe die esin nana. Debi ameka che Ghana for. Sa de we esin ebese sibiem. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and make it look like, say, I need to protect anybody. I'm not here to protect anybody. Because the one now for you so I say I'm dying. Oh, say a few months ago or a few weeks ago, maybe tana catch Ghana for say. Sa a yedi bola ya yetin obian peso bekasa. In so the area, baby I expect to say so the beba no ehone beba. And you see, omo ana de bia kasa omo de omo te slums. Oh, we mu de baby omo te de hiafo na te wo. We mu de baby omo te no what to say baby hiafo te no in so ho. The water found its way to places and now we expect to say so the why? Because we all fail to speak. Yet mantem na obiaba na o sidan ewo insuom ohene wo ho state man te ho opinion leaders to ho we allow the person to build. Yet krom na amount for we can see clearly say asimesi project way this project is going to cause a lot of problems. You don't expect the president to come to Latobi Okoshi, the president to come to Chado and come and fight. Let me tell you, whether you like it or not, the people who are supposed to make sure these things work, and Mamika we been Ghana for all over the world, civil servants, some of them are the most corrupt people in the world. And sometimes you need to understand the say. So obiti lands commission, obiti forestry commission, whatever, planning and then they don't fucking care. Or no, or to say robot. Say obikas when you so ha, obema nipa permit, obejisika, obema permit. Now, what about your people, you the people living in the community called for people to be able to build in places they are not supposed to build? Sometimes we need to use our common sense. And to say civil servant to be the lands commission or to towns and planning or to municipal assembly. Now say or granted documentation, sir. So depending on document now, we in the community should be able to stop the person and say, no, we don't care where you got the documentation from. But as we live here, you say higher waterway. And we the people here, so we're blocking so yeah. So we need to be people who basically fight these things. But you cannot change a civil servant. There will be a Watana Land Commission for years. Watana MMC said, Watana, they know they are taking money, they don't care. It is a better Ghana. Not the piano, ya bought a bicycle, NPP are binding, my nyadie, almost the Pajisika, and dear, it's right. They did it. They are careless, they are stupid, they chop the money. But what about us? Because we need to find a way to protect ourselves.